Welcome back to Invest Global. Today we're going to recap the month of April. This was absolutely incredible. I framed basically this month as saying the reason these are undervalued is because I believe in them long term. Now, especially in this bull run, all these 7 picks will do absolutely incredible. And this month was beautiful because it gave the opportunity for anyone who follows, what I basically laid out in each of these months. We did February picks, we did March picks, we did April picks. And in any of these months, it's important to understand that at any point in time in a bull run, a nice correction can happen. And we saw this in April. We saw this nice pullback, and that gave the opportunity, again, for anyone who follows what we talk about with the global investment framework, with tiered investing, how you should not just go, okay, these are the coins that I want to invest in for the month. Let me be binary, let me be black and white with this, and put 100% of the capital allocated. No. Eliminate that way of thinking. I keep repeating this because what's worth knowing is what's worth repeating. So if you have, let's say, $100 to allocate towards something, depending on your time horizon, obviously, and how much time you're actually willing to spend in investing. If you're full-time investing, maybe if you're just doing like a couple hours a day or a couple hours a week. It all depends how you will do this tiered investing. But personally, I break things up in around 5 to 10 different chunks. An easier way of thinking about this, just to simplify things, is just break it up into 4 parts. So with $100, you could just go 25%, 25%, 25%, 25%. So put your initial investment in of $25 if you have $100 allocated to an individual project. For all of these projects, for example, any capital that I put in besides PokerStarter, that's one that I really, really believe in. Like these ones that have a little bit lower market cap, I basically the only investment I have in it is profits from other trades, and it's typically from the commodities markets for these undervalued altcoins specifically, especially with things like uranium and actually oil. I made a very, very nice oil trade. So again, guys, if you're putting the capital in from what you're working for monthly, it's a bit of a different story. So first of all, I obviously recommend when investing in a space that's high risk, high reward, never invest anything more than you're willing to lose. That's very clear, and have a very balanced framework. Have a very balanced kind of way about doing this, because if you just have your emotions take over and you just FOMO in or just kind of emotionally hit the buy button, you're going to have a very bad time. But if you basically plan ahead for these corrections, you can use them to your advantage. So I've been able to average into these altcoins that are so undervalued still in this bull run. It's crazy, especially something in my opinion like shopping.io for the long-term DeFi Pulse Index, because it's just the index of the decentralized finance space. By the way, if you want to see kind of my thesis around all these projects, I will have this video linked down below in the description. So top 7 undervalued altcoin gems for April of 2021. This is the weekly tracking series number 3. So this is basically the video that I break down why I believe in each of these projects fundamentally for the long term. Again, it is not something where you're looking to buy at the beginning of the month and sell at the end of the month. That's a horrible way of doing it. Now, if these things have incredible rises in the month, for example, February, ridiculous rises, one of the picks there is done over 40x now, you should de-risk from that. But if something that you believe in long term goes down, it's even better. Like I am honestly even more happier when that happens, because you can get a better initial position, you can get a better average price in. And again, I hope you guys all understand what I'm trying to say here. I'm really trying to hammer that in so you kind of understand this going forward, because if all you're doing is taking price alerts from different people, or you're seeing a project, oh, I believe in this long term, I'm just going to throw $1,000 into it when I only have $1,000 to put into this. No, that's a horrible way of doing things. Break it up. Do the tiered investing. With $1,000, try and if you want to go a bit more advanced, try and break it up into 10 different chunks. Put $100 in 10 different chunks, and then each time there's a dip where you see, you can use technical analysis for this, but each time you see a nice buying opportunity to average in, you can put a little bit in, and then you can average out as it goes up. So and with this, when you're averaging out, you can kind of use my how to pull profits in altcoin strategy, which is linked down below in the description. And basically with the profits, you can break them up. So let's say you use the little lady strategy. Basically, when a coin doubles, you pull out 50%. So de-risking, pulling out your initial investments. After you've done that, then you're able to go, okay, the rest of what's riding in here is pure profit, right? Like I have completely de-risked. Obviously, there's opportunity costs you have to factor in, but now you can start pulling profits as it goes up. So kind of, scraping the foam off of the top, if you will. And when you do this, then you can put them into more low cap projects. For example, antimatter. Antimatter is ridiculously undervalued. Do you guys understand the use cases here with options trading on the decentralized markets? It's insane. The derivatives market's over a quadrillion, B equal 20, all these different things. But let's just go over these projects real quick. Now that we kind of have that framework out of the way, again, even if there's a month where these altcoins are exploding, I still recommend this. I still recommend do not put 100% in at the beginning of the month, or do not put 100% in when you first kind of identify an asset. Because for me, my minimum requirement for most asset classes, crypto is a little bit different. I kind of use it in cycles, but for most asset classes, it's 10 to 15 years. And, obviously you can pull profits along the way, but I'm never planning to sell all of this when the price goes down. Because what most people do is, if they don't understand investing fundamentally, if you have not watched the Global Investment Framework video, you have to watch that. Because most people, what they end up doing is they end up buying high and selling low, which is the complete opposite of what you want to do long term. So again, we talk about all those different things on this channel. We talk about having these things planned in, scheduled in, understanding these are necessary for the health, especially in the crypto market. If you study past bull runs, if you look at on-chain analysis, technical analysis, even sentimental analysis, back in those bull runs with news stories, with different things on social media, all these things are priced in. And so with this bull run, it's really going to, in my opinion, this bull run is going to create generational wealth. I mean, it's going to be literally insane, especially next bull run. But if you can take a core position into these projects for the next 10 to 15 years, it will pay off just ridiculously. Like, for example, PokerStarter. I mean, with the Polkadot ecosystem, which technically hasn't even fully rolled out all the way, I mean, it's a under $200 million market cap, guys. This project is easily $1 billion. It should easily be a multi-billion-dollar market cap project. It's look at this. This is incredible. Each of these dips with PokerStarter, I was able to buy. I was able to buy it here because I'm like, oh, maybe this is kind of a little bit of bottom. And then I bought a little bit. No, it wasn't there. It was somewhere in this range, $3. I think it was somewhere in there. Might have been up there. But and then I was able to buy this dip almost perfectly. So again, this is how I play this with PokerStarter. For example, I have a large amount of capital allocated to this project, especially because I got in the Polkadot actual DOT token that has a crazy high market cap now. And I realized, okay, PokerStarter is really any new project that's wanting to come in. This is the gateway. This is kind of the toll booth for the Polkadot ecosystem. Polkadot ecosystem I believe in for the long term. So I'm going to take a nice position in this, and I'm going to average into all these. Guys, look at this. The all-time high is $7.51, and right now you have this opportunity, $2.45. I mean, to me, that's incredible. Obviously, you should do your own research. You should understand how these projects work, but I've done many videos on PokerStarter. And so anyways, PokerStarter, let's see. As I was saying, just under a $200 million market cap, right around $3.01. Let's see, at the beginning of this month, $3.86. So most of these, like I said, we've seen a push down. But again, for me, that's an opportunity. Again, it's just like I always talk about this. It's just like surfing. Either you can go, if you don't know how to surf and a giant wave comes and crashes into you, you can go, hey, what the hell? Like, be pissed off, mad, go cry, and go home. Or you can ride that wave. It can be used to your advantage. So it's just how you play these things. That's the most important thing. And you can essentially be, instead of being the person that's coming into the casino and playing the lottery, taking these chances, and not really knowing how the system works, rather you can become your own casino. And you can go, okay, I understand the inner workings here. Let me invest, let me play it like a casino would play it. That's kind of how I do it. So shopping.io, SPI, 121.59 as far as price goes. $117 million market cap. Again, guys, I break this down at the beginning of the in this video. Look at the market cap of Amazon. Look at the market cap of eBay. Billions and billions. I think eBay's some ridiculous valuation. And look at Amazon, ridiculous valuation. I mean, Amazon's a great company, don't get me wrong. But then you go, okay, shopping.io is a decentralized way that you can pay with crypto on these platforms. And it's at $117 million market cap. Are you kidding me? This project in the next bull run, do not get me wrong, this will be a $10 billion market cap. Now, that's 100x from here, yes. But there is no doubt in my mind that shopping.io will be a $10 billion market cap project. It is ridiculously undervalued. And it had this crazy rise because people hyped it up. And again, so I won't spend too much time there. Let's go to DeFi Pulse Index DPI. Again, this is one that we cover every single day on Daily DeFi. Tracking this has been very important. I like this just kind of as a safe play because you essentially gain exposure to pretty much all the top DeFi projects. So it's a nice little kind of ETF, if you will. Let's see. Monthly altcoin picks. All right. So DeFi Pulse Index DPI started the month off at 410 and $127 million in market cap. Let's see what we're at now. So it's at 426.42. Yeah, I think I averaged in 1 or 2 times this month. Let me go to the monthly picks. Also, I'm planning to do the May monthly picks tomorrow. Let me know if there's any projects you would like me to consider there. I have most of them already picked out. I'm probably just gonna do a top five for May. But if you have a project that you find interesting, let me know in the comments. So yes, I think it was, when was it? Maybe somewhere right here. Again, it's easy to look back and go, okay, you can time this perfectly, but I think it was closer to because you can kind of see this key level here at $400 is a key support level. You see, right? I mean, it's confusing with this, but this level right here is a key support level. You see multiple kind of touch points there, and I think I bought somewhere. Yeah, it was closer here, like 447 I averaged in again, guys, great exposure to the top DeFi projects. Moving on to Ramp DeFi, you're basically able to access liquidity from staking coins, which is great. All right, moving on. Let's see, Ramp DeFi, 51 cents, $139 million market cap at the beginning of the month. Ramp DeFi was a 71 cents and $95 million market cap. Cocos BCX and NFT gaming play. Again, very, very undervalued. Still $158 at the beginning of the month, $66 million market cap, and it has fallen. Let's see. Cocos BCX is $1.26 and $53 million market cap. Cocos BCX was one of these picks where usually I don't use any other service. I just go off my own research, but I did use it from Token Metrics. This kind of shows that it doesn't matter if you're using the top like AI platform for monthly picks or for just kind of investment advice in general. If you believe in these projects fundamentally, which luckily I was able to do proper research on Cocos. I did a detailed video on this and basically finding out that this is a great project for NFT gaming. And I believe in NFT gaming for the long term. What they're doing is great, especially their like partnerships with top companies in kind of the gaming space. I'm not too familiar with the gaming space, but I think obviously NFT gaming. I think this concept of having people actually, instead of in video games, quote unquote, waste their time. Like let's say you play a game forever and your account gets banned. Well, all that time, all the energy you put into it is just gone. Like that's energy that could be harnessed, and that's why things like Gods Unchained in the crypto space or Cocos BCX are great because you're actually gaining real capital while playing the game. So at least there's something going on there. So Antimatter, ticker symbol MATTER, $1.66. $16 million market cap. This is incredible. I was so happy when I saw this. Oh my god. Because again, people only look at the price and they don't go, okay, what is this project doing fundamentally? Look at this. I mean, this is ridiculous. It was up here at $4.88 at the beginning of the month. I already had a position in Antimatter going into this month. I think I had a position. Where was it? Somewhere like here. No. Sorry. It was in March. That's just the April time frame. Somewhere here in like mid March is where I think it might have been in this region, like around the 18th. And because Antimatter is a new project, you can obviously tell. But something like this is to be expected. You have to understand this. This when people have capital allocated to this project in the private sales and they dump on the market at these highs, this is the opportunity, in my opinion, to buy if you believe in this long term. Now, if you don't understand the matter long term, if you don't understand these projects long term, if you don't do your own research, this isn't for you. That's part of the space. If you can't handle these drawbacks, you don't deserve the 10x, 20x, 40x gains in projects that we've talked about. If you can't handle these drops here, this 72% drop. For some people, that's detrimental if you bought this high. If you put 100% of your capital allocated, but if you put 25% of your capital allocated, and then now you're putting another 25% in, well, you have this nice little average in price. And then let's say it drops even further. Let's say it goes down to $1. Boom, average in again. Now you have an even better price because trust me, we will break past these all-time highs again. Okay, so B20, lastly, the Beeple 20 index. Let's see, $15 million market cap, $3.15. You can see that over here. Yeah, so that's basically it. This is falling a little bit. Beeple 20 index, great project. It's low cap for like NFT play long term. So you don't have to bet on individual art pieces. So again, still undervalued picks, clearly, right? Like those are, again, it was very, very nice this month because I was able to gain a better position in all these projects. Again, when you apply the global investment framework, when you apply tiered investing, you can ride these waves and not just get these waves crashed in on you and get absolutely destroyed. So that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, hit the notification bell to stay up to date because time-sensitive content. Invest global, and until next time.